Welcome back, children. So, in yesterday's class, we were studying some of the causes of the loss of biodiversity. Okay, we are done two of the reasons, that is the habitat loss and fragmentation, which was the biggest or largest reason, and the second was overexploitation. And today we are going to study two more reasons of the four reasons, that is the evil quadrant. So, third one is invasion of alien species. Whenever a foreign species, an alien species, the species, alien means it is not that some other planet species is come. Okay, but the species which was not found in that particular habitat from all these years, from long time, and all of a sudden someone introduces it. If you remember, we have studied in chapter 13 that this Britishers has taken some of the type of what you call cactus from India to Australia. Okay, prickly pear. And the prickly pear went on and on and on multiplying, and it has covered the entire land. Now the reason was that in India there was some pathogens, some sort of moth used to be growing on that, which used to check their population. But when it had gone into the Australia, when it has got a new places, when it is invaded into Australia, it went on increasing because there was no predator for it. There was no organism to check its population. So sometimes when the population of one species increases, it may be a loss to the other populations because of the competitions. Okay? So there are several such examples. Let us read what is written there. That is, when an alien species is introduced into the unintentionally or deliberately. Unintentionally हो सकता है, कोई मतलब हमने सोचा है ठीक है ऐसे लिया हो, जैसे that one of the Britishers bought from Africa that water hyacinth into India because he liked the flower color, more color flower, beautiful colored flower. So he just took one stem. He must have asked someone, "Bhai, ye kaise ugta hai?" They said, "Just take one twig and just throw in the water; it will grow its own." So he bought some of the twigs from there and he put it into in the West Bengal, into the water, Bengal river water, and then it went on and on, and it is one of the major cause of eutrophication in our country. Okay, so that was unintentional. उसने कोई सोचा नहीं, ठीक है? Deliberately, another group of Britishers took from here to Australia. क्या? That is prickly pear. In order to make the boundary wall of the fields, large rangeland which they had. So they thought, now who will bring the bark where? First of all, it had to be imported from all the way to England to Australia, which used to take several months to reach there, and it used to be very expensive also. So they thought it is better now. When they were in India, they saw that number of farmers here, they are just putting the cactus on the boundary wall of their field. So they thought, let us also do that. So they were deliberately brought it. Intentionally they brought it. Okay? So unintentionally or deliberately, for whatever purpose, some of them term invasive, as both these cases in our examples. Water hyacinth as well as prickly pear both became invasive and caused decline in or extinction of indigenous species. Number of other species which are there in our own country, they may get affected by it. Okay? Of course, in these examples, they were not so dangerous for the other species. Of course, water hyacinth is, because it used to cause the decline in the oxygen concentration in water. There are some examples here given. Then the Nile perch introduced into the Lake Victoria in East Africa led to eventually extinction of an ecologically unique assemblage of more than 200 species of cichlid fish. This example you remember, cichlid fish and a Nile perch. Okay? So Nile perch जो है, when they were introduced into the Lake Victoria in East Africa, so 200 species, not 1, 2, 500 and 5 or 50 or 100, but 200 species of cichlid fish. So that is very important example, है ना. You must be familiar with the environmental damage caused by the threat or the threat caused by the native species to our native species by invasion of weed species such as carrot grass, that is Parthenium, and lantana and water hyacinth, है ना. The recent illegal introduction of African catfish, a black color fish which is dwell onto the bottom on us river bottom, that has been illegally brought and left into the river waters. नाम दे रखा है Clarias garipinus, ठीक है. For the aquaculture purpose is posing threat to the indigenous catfishes. Catfishes actually keep the water bodies clean, ठीक है. So we have our own catfishes, yet someone bought from the Africa. तो African catfishes जो है they posing threat to the Indian varieties of catfish. So these are some of the examples where the introduction of foreign, that is the alien species, cause damage to our variety. Next is coexistence. There are a number of species which existed together. When species A is there, species B will also be there, or species B cannot survive without species A. There are a number of examples. All the parasites we know they are specific, they are host specific. So if that host is there, then only parasite will be there. If host dies, parasite will also die. Okay. Similarly, you have seen there are so many different type of interrelationship of what you call mutual interdependence. There also it is something same. That is, if legumes are not there, rhizobium cannot survive. Okay. So similarly, we have seen that example in the previous chapter, that is the chapter 13 only, of that orchid and the orchid flower and that bumblebee. So if the bumblebee is not there, orchid will never be able to pollinate its flower. The moth is not there, that the fig plant will not get pollinated. So they are one-on-one relation. If one species is not there, other will definitely going to be affected. The silk moth cannot survive unless the mulberry is there. Okay? So they are the examples of coexistence. So if one species is there, then only the second species can be there. In the absence of a species, the second species will not be there. So when a species become extinct, the plant or animal species associated with its obligatory way also become extinct. They are the direct one-on-one relation. Otherwise also there are several examples where the food chain is being affected when one individual is being removed. So when a host fish species become extinct, its unique resemblance of parasites also meet the same fate, because those parasites were surviving only in these fishes. So if these fishes got extinct, definitely all the parasites which were living in them, they also got faded away. Okay. So this unique resemblance of parasites also meet to the same fate. Another example is the cause of a case of co-evolved plant pollinator mutualism, where extinction of one invariably lead to the extinction of another. So these are the four causes which are leading to the loss of biodiversity, and it is our importance, our role to keep a check over it so that the biodiversity can be prevented, conserved. Now we come to the last topic, that is the diversity conservation. And in the beginning of this chapter, a number of times in the chapter, we have studied that it is only the human being who is accused to the accuser of the loss of biodiversity. हम ही नहीं करें हैं. May it be directly by killing them, may it be by removing their host organism, may it be by use of over-exploitation, or maybe because of use of the pesticides, weedicides, other type of chemicals, or because of the habitat loss or fragmentation and all. There are a number of reasons. We are only doing. Have you ever seen any earthworm who's become engineer and he will make a dam and he will kill so many organisms which are coming in the that is when the water fills in the dam? All these are our intention. We are using automobiles, we are causing pollution, we are having agriculture practices, we are having all technological advancement, we are busting crackers, and we are, so all the way, one way or other, we are causing damage to the environment, and ultimately many species are getting extinct. So let us see how we can conserve biodiversity. So there are many reasons, some obvious and some other are not so obvious, but all equally important. They can be grouped into three categories: narrowly utilitarian and broadly utilitarian and ethical. तीन तरीकों से हम कंजर्व कर सकते हैं. फर्स्ट, नैरोली यूटिलिटेरियन, जिससे हमको कोई ना कोई टाइप का फायदा मिल रहा है, डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट. There are plants which are giving food, there are plants which are giving fruit, they are giving seeds, they are pulses and oils and beverages and spices and medicines and timber and resins and लिख रखे हैं यहाँ पे देखिए, tannin, lubricants, dyes, resins, perfumes, fibers, food, firewood, construction material, industrial products, cereal, pulses, fruits, they are getting. So we are intended to keep these plants alive just because to get those benefits. Who will kill? Who will remove all those coconut trees from the its place? Because ठीक है, एक पेड़ दो पेड़ हटा सकता है just in order to grow his house or make his house or something, but he will not fell all the coconut trees because he knows there is a direct benefit coming from it. If in Kota you are getting one coconut for ₹40, that means the tree planter may become getting at least 15 rupees for a coconut, and one tree may be producing some hundreds of coconuts. तो वो क्यों गिराएगा भाई? He is saying that there is a direct benefit from this plant. So he will continue to culture that plant. He will not allow it to be fail, or he will not allow it to be removed. Direct benefit के कारण. So कौन से पेड़ है जिनसे को benefit नहीं मिलता? We don't get any benefit from people tree. We don't get any benefit from banyan tree. We don't get any benefit from number of other plants. हम सोचेंगे यार इसको क्यों रखना? नीम से तुमको नीम की पत्ती मिल रही है, निम्बोली मिल रही है, दातुन मिल रही है, some other type of products we are getting. But people tree, what it is giving? They are also giving something, not directly. तो उसका स्कोप नैरो नहीं होगा, उसका स्कोप ब्रॉड है, हम उसको अधिक करना पड़ता है. ठीक है, तो सी द आर्ग्यूमेंट्स ऑफ कंजर्विंग द बायोडाइवर्सिटी आर ऑब्वियस. ह्यूमन डिराइव काउंटलेस डायरेक्ट इकोनॉमिक बेनिफिट फ्रॉम द नेचर, like food, cereals, pulses, fruits, firewood, fiber, construction material, industrial products, tannin, lubricants, dyes, resins, perfumes, and products of medical importance, etc. More than 25% of the drug is currently sold in the market and directly coming from the plants. तो कौन उनसे पेड़ से जिनसे इनको मेडिसिन मिल रहा है? सिंकोना प्लांट विल नॉट बी डैमेज बिकॉज it is producing quinine, which is used for the treatment of malaria. ठीक है, and there are many other species in this very chapter also. Raphia vomitiva आपने पढ़ा है the beginning. ठीक है, तो ऐसे बहुत सारे plants हैं. Now nobody knows how many more economically useful plants are there in the tropical rainforest waiting to be explored. When I was in class 8th or 9th, we had a chapter on Takshila University, and it was said that time the science in the Takshila University was so advanced that the students used to register there, who used to study there. At the end of the course, they used to be sent to go and search for at least one plant which do not have any economic importance or medical importance, and people never used to get even one plant. That means that much advanced science was there at that time. We are lost in due course of time. If you still see our olden people, that is the दादाजी दादी जी वगैरह, उनका कहीं दर्द हो रहा तो वो हल्दी का दूध पी लेंगे. They will not ask you to bring medicine. If they have got some swelling in their body, they will be simply putting a oil, coconut oil, or with this turmeric, and they will tie it there. They knew the importance. we'll simply go to the market and get some medicine. ठीक है. So there are so many different plants are there which are of medicinal importance, which now we are losing value of because we don't know, and we are more dependent on the allopathy than the home medicines या home treatment. ठीक है. चलिए, nobody knows how many, हाँ ये पढ़ लिया हमने. Now with increasing source put into bioprospecting, that is exploring molecular genetics and the species level diversity for products of economic importance, nation endowed the rich biodiversity can expect a reap of enormous benefit. जिस कंट्री में ज़्यादा बायोडाइवर्सिटी है उसके मजे हो सकते हैं, ऐसा बोल रहा है. रीप, उसके बेनिफिट ले सकता है. लेट अस सी. चलिए, सेकंड है ब्रॉडली यूटिलिटेरियंस. There are the plants which are not giving or the organisms which are not giving any direct benefit to us. हमको नहीं लग रहा है कि वजह से, और नीम के पेड़ से हमको नहीं, नीम से मिल रहा था, पीपल के पेड़ से हमको नहीं लग रहा है कि हमको कुछ मिल रहा है. Neither we are getting anything to eat, not to clothe or not to use its furniture, wood also for furniture. You will not get any furniture made up of people wood. It doesn't have that much of strength. तो फिर क्या करेंगे? सो और ओल्डन पीपल, सागास जो थे, ऋषि जो थे, उन लोगों ने पढ़ा था, एंड दे न्यू कि दैट पीपल विल बी वेरी मीन इन द कमिंग ईयर्स. सो इफ विल फाइंड दैट देयर इज नो बेनिफिट कमिंग फ्रॉम द पीपल, दे विल कट इट डाउन. सो व्हाट दे सेड, दीज आर ऑफ रिलीजियस वैल्यू, द प्लांट्स ऑफ रिलीजियस वैल्यू. सो नोबडी कट पीपल ट्री और बैंगन ट्री और सच ट्रीज. ठीक है. तो अब उससे क्या होगा? एटलीस्ट दे आर गिविंग ऑक्सीजन. देखते क्या है. आर्ग्यूमेंट सेज द बायोडाइवर्सिटी प्लेज अ मेजर रोल इन द मेनी इकोसिस्टम सर्विसेज इन द नेचर प्रोवाइड द फास्ट ड्वेलिंग Amazon rainforest. Amazon forest is estimated to produce through its photosynthesis 20% of the total oxygen of Earth's atmosphere. Total 20% of the Earth's atmosphere is coming only and only from Amazon forest. Amazon rainforest only it is. ठीक है. Can we put the economic value for the service of this nature? 20% of Earth oxygen, or I can put it in the other way that 20% of all living beings required oxygen is coming from there. Or if that proportion it is brought to the human being also, तो कितने सारे ह्यूमन बीइंग के लिए ऑक्सीजन यार. छोड़िए इसको. आते ही बताया वन डे सपोज somebody is suffering from COVID and he has been admitted into one of the private hospital. पर डे का ऑक्सीजन का कितना खर्चा ले लेते हैं वो. Now you put it with the total number of population and total number of hours and total number of months and years which he survived, and you put a price tag to the oxygen which is produced by these plants. So even the banyan trees and the peepal tree which were not giving direct benefit, but they were producing oxygen. They were binding soil, preventing soil erosion. They were preventing flood by slowing down the flow of water. They were giving shade to the number of animals to take rest under it. They are giving habitat, the nesting and other proper facilities to the number of arboreal animals. So just because we are not getting direct benefit, we cannot simply fell those. So can we put the economic value of this service by nature? Can we get some idea by finding how much more our neighborhood hospitals spend on the cylinder of oxygen? Pollination, without which the plant cannot produce fruits and seeds. अगर pollination नहीं होता, गेहूं, ज्वार, चना, मक्का, बाजरा, all the seeds which you are eating, that would have never been into your kitchen. And all this pollination is mainly done by some of the insects, somewhere birds, somewhere animals. A very few cereal plants are there which can be pollinated by wind. बाकी सब तो some agents पे depend कर रहे हैं. Now suppose they are not there, how pollination would have been happen? And if the pollination would have not been happen, how would we have got our food? तो हम तो फिर डंडियाँ खाने वाले होते. डंडी भी कैसे खाते? एक जनरेशन में आपने प्लांट काट दिया, अगली जनरेशन के लिए पेड़ कहाँ से लाते? Since there were no seed. ठीक है. तो pollination is another service. Ecosystem provided through pollinator layer, that is the bees, bumblebees, birds, bats and many other are there. What will be the cost of accomplishing pollination without the help of natural pollinators? सपोज वी ह्यूमन बींग्स आर गुड इंटरेस्टेड इन टू दिस वर्क कि भाई आपको पॉलिनेशन करना है, ब्रश ले जाओ एक फ्लावर से लेकर के दूसरे फ्लावर. आई गॉट सम प्लांट इन माई हाउस, दे आर नेवर फ्रूटिंग. सो वन डे आई थॉट कि यार चलो मैं इसका पॉलिनेशन कर देता हूँ. सपोज कोई बटरफ्लाई नहीं आ रहा होगा मेरे घर. इट यूज्ड टू बी सो tedious वर्क. बाय द टाइम आई जस्ट टुक द फ्लावर, यूं करा तो फ्लावर ही टूट के हाथ में आ गया. वी आर नॉट एज डेलिकेट. तो हाउ, और फिर सोचो वो तो मेरे घर की छत पे ही है, इट्स इन द स्मॉल पॉट. सपोज द ट्री इज देयर and at height of 30 feet some branches hanging and all that the flower is there. How, who will reach there to pollinate it? And we never think, and non-judicially we just spray pesticide and we are killing all these pollinators. Okay? So this is the thing which we have to think before act. So there are other intangible benefits that we derive from nature, and the aesthetic pleasure of walking through the thick wood, watching the spring flower. I can see there are number of flowers are there in father's bungalow. All yellow color, red color, pink color, purple color. How pleasing it is. You just go into those places and automatically your hand goes into the mobile and shoot selfie. How pleasing it is. And then you will put it on your status. Why? Why don't you put a photo on the roadside and take it and put it on the status? Anybody will laugh. What is there? This is pleasing. That is not pleasing. Okay? So whenever we have to go to a picnic, where we go? We go to the nature. We go to the riverside. We go to a forest. We go to a place where there is something to give us a pleasing atmosphere. We don't go to picnic on anyone's terrace. यार चल आजकल तेरे छत पे आएंगे फिर टेरेस पिकनिक मनाने के लिए. Do we? Or to a old factory shed? No. वहाँ जाते हैं कुछ लोग, वो अलग पर्पज से जाते हैं. ठीक है, तो आप समझ गए. दैट इज हाउ. तो वी आर गेटिंग दैट प्लेजर वॉचिंग द स्प्रिंग फ्लावर इन द ब्लूम एंड बुलबुल सॉन्ग इन द मॉर्निंग. कैन वी पुट अ प्राइस टैग टू ऑल दीज थिंग्स? एक 10 रुपए का गुलाब मिलता, वो भी नहीं मिलता. 10 रुपए का नहीं मिलता. फॉरगेट इट. Those who were bringing flowers on the teachers day for the teachers, their beloved teachers, they all are stopped bringing. बोला अरे यार 15-20 रुपए का हो गया फ्लावर. On those particular days the flower is all the more expensive. ठीक है, तो one rose stick you have to pay 20 rupees. You see plenty of flowers are there in the school. किसके लिए लगाया? फादर अपने मन बहलाने के लिए थोड़ी लगाया है, बच्चों के लिए लगाया है. So when the children will walk, they can enjoy the pleasure. Of course, you are not allowed to take out your mobile and take photos here. Okay, that you can do after school hours. Okay, last, the ethical argument for conserving. तीसरा कारण क्या है? Why people will conserve? Ethical argument. There are number of places where these things are related or क्या कहते हैं? They are given some values. For which people will think, they will think twice, कि नहीं, we should not do that. Okay, ethical argument for conserving biodiversity. You remember the example of those Vaishnavs जिन्होंने सलमान खान पे केस कर रखा एक ब्लैक स्टड मारने के लिए? Because for their ethics, those animals are equivalent to their God. You cannot fell any trees there. You cannot kill any animals there. The ethical argument for conserving biodiversity reveal that they owe millions of plants and animals and microbes species with whom they share this planet. इस पे केवल हमारा राज नहीं है. ठीक है, जब गॉड ने सारा कुछ बनाया ईडन गार्डन और गॉड ने कहा कि these all are meant for you, that doesn't mean कि you all can kill all these things and you live all alone there. That is for your service. That is to co-inhabit with you. ऐसा नहीं है कि साहब हम रहेंगे बाकी सब हटेंगे. ठीक है, तो philosophically and spiritually we need to realize that every species has intrinsic value even if it may not be of current or any economic value to us. आप सोचेंगे साहब मेरे को उससे क्या फायदा हो रहा है, what I am going to get benefit of this spider which is there, or the scorpio which is there, or the snake which is there, or the ugly looking that worm which is there, and we simply tap them, kill them? No. Every organism which is there is having some ecological niche. It has got its own importance. It is playing a significant role. You cannot remove them. आपका मन नहीं लग रहा, आप निकालिए उनको, बाहर करिए, let them go and adjust somewhere else, but why to kill them? So that is important, and we have a moral duty to take care of their well-being and pass our biological legacy in good order to the future generation. Again, कहीं ये नहीं हो कि आपके पोते पोती पूछेंगे दादाजी वो आपके ज़माने में सांप रहते थे, वो कैसे होते थे, या वो टाइगर होते थे, लायन होते थे, कैसे होते थे, आप फोटो निकाल के दिखाओ. It should not be there. When I was doing my MSc, I had collected so many different type of butterflies. We had one activity of entomology. Today, if I go, I may hardly get 10 varieties of butterflies. Where the others gone? Where the others are gone? Because farmers were using pesticides without thinking. The same will happen with the bees. Same will happen. Bumble bees दिखते ही नहीं है. पहले तो हम कभी रहते थे क्लास में, आ ही जाता था. In a class of 6 hours, at least once the bumblebee used to enter in our class. दिखते हैं. All the class children used to look at them, admire them. Or those seeds with the hair, they used to come, और हम फूंक मारते रहते थे. आज है ही नहीं. God knows where have they gone. Who should be thankful for that? We. So we are the accuser. Okay? That's all children for today. Thank you.